All right, call to order Middle Creek Urban Renewal Agency regular meeting for March 3rd, 2026. Roll call, please.
Director Luke Dillon.
Here.
Director Robert Cheney.
Here.
Director Jamie McElroy. Here. Director Kathy Rye. Here. Director Diana Larson. Here. Director Rick Helms.
Here. All right, please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, no non-agenda items. Consent agenda, approval of minutes for regular Urban Renewal Agency meeting for February 17th, 2026.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of regular Urban Renewal Agency meeting for February 17th, 2026.
I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Carries. Regular agenda, Urban Renewal Building Improvement Grant for Davies. I've been more open, so. Davies here.
Yes,
Oh,
Jim.
You want to come up in this in this case we have questions, you want to up here. Will you state your name and address for the record?
James Davis, 235 Northeast, Great Street in Murder Creek. It's my wife, and
Nice to meet you. Any questions on the grant? Sure. Well,
I see that there's a projected amount, an estimate of 45,000, but you didn't think how much you were looking for assistance with this.
well, the grant is for $45,850.
That's what we're.
That's what we're,
You're asking for the full amount.
yes.
So you have one of the bids that you like? Or because there's three bids that we're looking at
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
There's one particular you like.
Yes,
Two are very similar.
there's two that are real close.
Actually, I'm looking at it, I don't think they were even bidding on the same thing. They're so far off.
Well, one of them is.
Well, they're only
The other
$400 or
two-
$500 apart. The one
No, I'm
guy
talking
is,
about what they're bidding to do.
well, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
If you have questions, they're all basically gonna do exactly what, the first one, if you're looking at the estimate from Andy's Custom Finishes, the two of them, that and Aaron, which is, Evertrade Construction, they're basically doing the same thing.
But one has an awning.
One has an awning and the other one does not, and we didn't, when I took him around and talked to him, individually, I inadvertently probably did not point out to him about the awnings. So,
And I've been down looking at the building the last couple of days and I would love to see a facelift. That's the old Merle Dairy.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
and
yeah,
so
that's
we-
exciting. That-
and we have some really good plans for that building. So it's gonna be, first off, we just gotta get it looking good where people wanna walk by it.
One of the questions is right now it's vacant, there's not a business there. So when this is done, you're moving a business into there?
Yes,
So what kind of business? It says retail, what are we?
resale. So it's gonna be, we do most, go ahead.
Oh, no, and that Myrtle Dairy, our plan is to turn into what is that code?
80.
What is it?
An ADU.
ADU, and turn the old cooler into,
That's
bedroom living. Anyway.
She's getting ahead of herself.
Sorry, I like to talk.
It's an ADU.
Accessory dwelling apartment. Yeah,
And it's gonna be, all I'm gonna say is it's gonna be really nice. It'll be for someone,
Yeah.
Are you
small.
looking for permanent rental in it or Airbnb?
No, we're not. It's not gonna be an Airbnb, no.
What was it before?
The dairy.
Dairy and,
It was the Myrtle Dairy and it was the cooler room where the loading dock is. And we're gonna put a railing around and steps, so
it was a
it's.
dairy
make an
when
entrance.
I was in grade school there.
Again?
Pardon me?
What was your
Yes,
apartment? Okay.
I just was using the zoning code terms.
Yeah.
So.
So
As soon as this grant's done, you're.
We're working,
we're working on it now. I'm doing a lot of the
the
work
inside
inside.
is
The
as bad
inside
as
is,
the.
the inside has been I've been for 6 weeks nonstop. Yeah. So the outside is what we're asking for help on. And once we get that done, then I will concentrate most of my efforts. And to answer your original question, yes, there will be a business in there. We do a lot of online business and I do furniture.
Mhm.
So, we're gonna open up and do sales and stuff.
That'd be my concern, that we
Yeah.
do get a business in.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
Because the grant says you have to have a business in.
yes.
But I'm just looking at Andy's, sounds like you're not interested in Kruger's.
well, I love,
He's, we don't wanna, I mean, it would be really nice, if you looked at it, he's gonna do 2 things and he wants 50 grand.
well,
And
I'm sure
we're going to get a lot of everything that we want done on either one of the other 2.
the problem is with his, although stucco would look amazing, but he's only able to do the front, so that side part where all the paint is, that would just be like that until we had other funds.
And it stuck out for me, he's the most expensive and he
Yeah.
he's not even giving you
I know,
steps or.
so that's
Yeah,
why
nothing.
Anything.
we just turned it in, but that's not who we were.
We were not interested. And I mean, he's
Although
probably
it's
would do a
probably would
fine
be
job,
amazing, yeah.
for what he does, but anyway.
So, I mean, the Andy's never ever trade, they're really different on the doors.
Well, that's,
Whether
can I,
So whatever you feel comfortable with. like,
Yeah.
can I,
Building.
can I answer?
Sure.
Yeah, that's because that's me.
Yeah,
That is, if you went by and looked at it, that's a big refrigeration door where you have to pull the big handle and then you have to push the one inside. What we're hoping to do is kind of have that when it's all done, the ADU, when it's all done, that door would be heavy timbers around the outside of it. The 2 windows that are covered would be heavy timbers. And the door would be a 42-inch door with some sort of metal work on it that's really kind of slick looking. That'd go with the dairy,
it maybe says.
the
Myrtle
whole
Dairy.
concept of the dairy thingy, but it won't be the door. You can't have that door on an apartment.
Right.
You can shut it,
Apparently,
you
I
can't
went
get out.
in and I got locked in, I didn't believe that it really did that, but it was wrong. I was inside and I could not get out.
She's talking about. the
Yeah, that door is
The
not.
door itself is, Andy says 2 doors, but he's unsure about the 42, because it depends on what you wanna do. The other one's only talking about 1 door, and labor only, he's not even paying for a door.
Well, that's me.
Yeah.
I've already found the doors. So a lot of the stuff that even though we're asking for the grant, some of the stuff I'm gonna pick up.
Mhm.
And then I can invoice you, is that,
Whatever, no, it's not her.
if it's, or I can have the contractor pick it up. I know where they are, and they're not expensive.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get in the middle of.
How that all
You, the
works.
Contractor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
We do have one question. Can I ask you?
Absolutely.
That's been kind of worrying both of us. And Joanna, kind of helped us. And we were talking about when we apply for this grant if you read the thing I gave you, I gave you like June 15th through May 15th, this is supposed to be done and blah, blah. You see that part of it?
yeah,
So a whole timeline is that, so my question is, these guys are taking on a lot, whoever the contractor is going to be. If they get like 6 of these things done, but they don't get the 7th one, I mean, or can we, because it says in here that we can invoice you and you will pay throughout it, when the job's done, right?
Do we know?
I
Is
think,
that
I
correct?
think the grant says
Well-
it's paid
When it's,
very.
Well,
Okay.
I thought it said, where's that paper that they asked me to vote for me?
Some of them are will require.
What?
This grant that has to be done by the.
Because remember we talked about
15.
this.
So it has to be invoiced out by the 15th, but if he can break it down into like
Phases, we had it kind of,
phases, and we can pay by phase, that way if,
I mean, I don't-
the awning doesn't get done by, whatever, June 15th.
then it's off the,
Yeah, then you can,
and that's not what the grant says, but I mean, we can discuss that, but.
well, that's fine. It
The
doesn't
old
matter. It was
grant,
just an idea.
the old grant that the city staff really did a great job is, the old grant paid 25 to 40%. And it was, what, 30 some pages, so they kind of streamlined it. And on these ones, we're paying about 83% of the cost.
I really
It's-
appreciate
It says it will be done by the 15th,
Okay.
and that's when we pay.
Well, that's
And
fine.
I'd
We
say
just wanted
that's what we
clarification
do.
because I just need to know if I'm carrying a big whip around. me the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
But they just keep
You know,
saying, yes, I
You know,
control
how
it.
else to do it,
Yeah.
with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can get it all done. I'm
If
pretty
we have to
sure.
get out there and do it with them.
I
Is
don't,
that something that we're talking about changing? A little bit more
like the
of-
phase thing, well, so next year they'll have a full year to do it. So
Sure.
it's different than this last one that was 6 months. And then you have to wait for the council meeting and, so next year they'll have a full 12 months to do it. So I think we're in a different boat there.
yeah, if we had the whole 12 months, we wouldn't even be having this little conversation.
But would we come to this issue, would we have this issue come next year at this time, somebody transmit something?
I mean, I really hope people would plan on it.
I feel like,
They didn't really have time to plan ahead this time.
Yeah, we just,
yeah, well, I mean, like,
Found out.
somebody new coming in and say, hey, I wanna do this, or they're going through wait, so like, I feel like,
It's something we can look at the verbiage.
yeah, I think there's a verbiage there that we. Cause
And we have a
nobody's,
notice.
we're not gonna perfectly get everybody's application ready
Oh, no.
July 1st, that thing, so we'll have to make sure that we're accommodating, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so. Never mind, sorry.
So which one are you looking at?
Oh, which one are we actually looking at? We're looking at
Andy's.
Andy's, he's local here in town.
Just 'cause-
So he's 3/4 of a mile away from our place that's here, and I think that he seems to be, we don't know him, but he seems to be eager to do it, so.
Now, it shouldn't take you, but it should be fairly quick. You'll get the building permit and get started, shouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
well, he's probably going to, as soon as we know that it's approved, we're gonna order the windows. I've already way ahead of that.
mhm.
So then he may start. So the county tells us this, the county tells us that if we're replacing the windows, we don't need a permit. So if we are, I called and talked to him, if we are replacing the windows and all the framing complete, all of it, we need a permit, they come out and look.
If they have that reframe on.
Yeah, so I would assume that we have to get a permit because we're gonna be, if you walked by that building, you see that the seals on the
Yeah.
windows are gone.
So
So,
Kruger McKenzie, they didn't know you're not going with that, but he specifically says it's seriously rotted.
Oh, it
You
is.
have to take everything out and reframe stuff, so that makes it, yes, now you have to have a
Oh, yeah.
permit.
yeah, so yes, we do.
But it
So,
shouldn't be that long for you
No,
to get started on it.
Yeah, we-
no, it'd take one day. We'll walk in and walk out with a permit,
But you
probably.
got money to pay them.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We have a
If
few-
you do go with Andy's custom finishes, just let him know he has to swing in and,
Yeah,
And get, okay, yeah, okay.
A city business.
nice.
yeah, he is registered, he is a licensed contractor and his business is registered with the state. He just doesn't have his logo.
Yeah, I thought with this contractor's license.
And he doesn't have anything on it, I think. No, he had one, I think that was settled out. Out of,
Something in the past 10 years that.
Yeah, years ago, yeah.
They deal with that. So then you're asking 45,850.
Yes,
How's
yes,
that work?
whatever his
So the
business.
first 15,000 is in full, and the remaining after that is paid at 75%.
So we would pay out $38,137.50 upon completion, which is 83% of the total project.
That's correct.
Which ends up being.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
But you get rid of a really downtown eyesore and it's gonna be a really attractive
I
building.
came around a couple times, the last couple days,
I
but
know.
when I came from
And you're
18
like-
Market that way, you look at that wall.
And
it's
you
like,
said, why would
that
somebody
needs
buy
paint.
that thing?
Yes, it does.
You're crazy. I don't know how he talked me into it.
Yeah, I guess I'm still thinking back in the 70s when I was a kid here, and that was Myrtle Dairy.
I know, I
It was a
love
beautiful
everybody telling me
It was.
stories about when it was Myrtle Dairy, so.
Then it was the saw shop.
building.
The other building
It
was
was
the
a
saw
sign, it's been
shop.
20
Myrtle,
years since they've been gone.
yeah,
It's
Myrtle
been a
Dairy
long
is the,
time.
was the little one on the side. They, some year they combined both buildings.
Mhm.
We have two addresses.
Any other questions for them?
I like it, I don't see how they're gonna run past it June 15th.
You don't see how we're going to run past it?
But we're gonna get it
3
done.
months to do it.
3.5 months.
3.5 months.
I don't think we're gonna run past it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
But
good.
that's what,
Yeah,
and that, I think is discrepancy when you put down.
we were just
you wanna pay
worried,
for phases,
phases,
but
yeah.
ours.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's, we were,
understand.
we
We were
were,
just wondering if that was a
we
possibility.
were hoping if that, I mean, if that was a possibility, we were gonna jump on that wagon.
We
Yeah.
just discussed it, and then if it got to that point, then the discussion that we have to have is, okay, if we do say yes, we'll let you do your last phase in the next fiscal year, is we expect that that's gonna be at the 75% rate. You're not gonna turn around and submit another plan and expect us to pay the full 15,000. I mean, that
Oh,
would be
no.
an issue.
No, if you,
Yeah.
if that comes to that and
We think it'll
you,
be done.
and you guys are willing to do that, to work with us, if one thing doesn't get done, I'll.
It'd just be a
no.
continuation.
Yeah, it would just be a continuation, but we're hoping that this kid is, he's trying to get an
Do we
A.
have the flexibility to make that decision with the current, that's the question.
According to how it's wrote, no,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
As long as it's invoiced though, right? Before that June 15th deadline.
But it says.
it has to be
It
completed.
has to be completed.
completed and then a new business move in.
Moving ready.
Mhm.
I would say by the end of our last meeting in May, if you guys wanna give like a report on how things are going, even if you don't wanna come here, but just maybe give us a little bit so we can give them some feedback. and we can-
Yes.
So what's considered completed, let's say they're getting to it, and then it gets to the point where like, you know what, they're gonna go over, and they do the job at that point, submit the invoice. And say it comes in less because,
I think it's where the project is completed.
but
You could cut something.
Yeah,
you can cut something out, you
Yeah.
can cut stuff out and say, hey, we're gonna cut this out because of time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so you minus the
Maybe
all.
that's- Cause if it's officially completed, I feel like that's still in the letter of the.
And it's a no loss for you. So
Right.
if it's not gonna be completed, it's just gonna be less funds for the urban renewal.
Yeah.
So if he can't get to the awning,
Right.
that's probably gonna be the last thing.
But then that's where I bring up the point, if
That's
you can't be on, you say we're already on, but then
But that's
July 15th, you apply for another grant to do the awning.
Well, no, we wouldn't,
But,
we're not.
We would,
I
we
feel like-
would really like it to be 100%. I'm just saying.
But Greg, if I remember
I'm just
correctly,
teasing.
and I don't know what since we've changed it, that you can't apply for one in the next fiscal year, you have to
Yes.
wait.
No,
Yes, you
this one
can.
says once a year, 20 year.
Yeah, you used to not be able to in the old one.
Right.
Yeah, I think that the old one's like 3
But-
year.
Yeah.
This new one says 20 year.
Well, the whole point of the urban renewal and what you guys are doing is wonderful, and the whole point of it is to try to get our
Here it's
downtown
because we're
looking
gonna
better.
change the pay or something like that in the next contract. So
I mean, yeah, we don't know what the next grant's gonna be, but I'm looking at. I thank you for these, because
Oh, you're
when I
welcome.
first looked at it, there was no plan or anything, it's like,
Mhm.
what do they want to do, so this really helps a lot. If you take a look at these pictures here, and I went down and looked at myself, just throwing a coat of paint on that thing is gonna be so nice
Oh, I know.
to the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as far as, the different, if you wanna go with Andy, you're dealing with your doors between him and the range between him, and I don't think we need to get involved in the number of being a contractor.
No, I think, honestly, we have it pretty much all worked out. With every one of the contractors, whoever we picked, well, I've grilled them and then grilled them again. So they've been well done from Jim. So I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be okay. My only issue that I had was the time frame, and I believe that the time frame is gonna be okay.
To your point too, Rick, if I'm not mistaken, that's the math. If they were not able to complete it and they had to do another, they would actually, it would be, it's in their best interest to get it all done this year. If they were to have to do that next year, they would actually put out.
No, they would be.
No, because they would,
Just say they don't get the awning finished this year and they wanna do it next year, but they wanna start a whole new grant, we pay 100% of that.
no, we would do the first 15,000 would.
Can we make a
Well, I guess
motion
they
to
have- I
maybe
guess it would be.
stipulate that?
Well, I
in the-
don't know if they would be.
Wait,
It would be.
That one for us, okay?
well, but if, for one, it wouldn't be that much, because even if it got rolled over, the awnings were only $5,000.
I mean, I'm not.
And it's not, so you're not gonna be paying out
Well, but I
15,000.
understand that.
You won't
would
be
only
paying
want to
out
pay
anything, I mean, it
75,
would be 75% or something.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The difference between
I'm gonna
100%.
Yeah, of course.
Be losers, right?
Yeah,
Make a motion that we approve the urban renewal building improvement grant for the Davies. Then we'll discuss and figure stuff out.
We're fine.
State law says we can discuss before you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
Let's
with
just
discussing.
do the motion.
Second,
I second, yeah.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, now we discuss and we can fine
We
tune.
can discuss before.
So are you done?
I'm done.
So is it,
Want to add anything to it?
if it comes to that point, we could talk about it at that point,
Yeah.
because we can always do a caveat that would,
I feel like the intention is that.
that they could sign off on and say,
I'm
we will apply for another grant, but
It's the
only.
criteria.
There's no
Your
intention.
intention to.
I really don't think that they're in this.
It's-
no,
in this.
and I tell you right now, I mean, the camera is on us, so I tell you right now that if it came to that, no, we would do what you were saying. You know, we wouldn't do anything to, we're not, we all live here, we're not
The whole
gonna.
thing is, once we make a decision and you sign it and our city administrator signs it, it's a contract. And
Oh,
so
we're
it's-
having with golf course too, and the guy.
we're not talking about the golf course. It's not
Yeah, but that was
urban
part of
renewal.
it.
So, did you guys vote?
Not yet.
Oh.
Since we're discussing.
No, I was just gonna ask
Any
something.
other discussion?
Well, I was just looking at, and he's not the one that wanted to do anything on the electrical, right?
No, there's no electrical being done. The only electrical thing was that it's an old electrical, it's not even,
Just to remove it.
it's just to remove it before he paints, so
Yeah.
to get it off the building.
And that's why even if they wanted electrical, all I'm saying is you have an electrical permit, so
Of
it'll
course.
cost you more.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
Anything else? We're good? All right, all in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. All right, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
So
We-
much.
we
Thank you,
do-
nice, sorry.
We do appreciate.
I know,
this, we
it
really
is
do.
such a nice one.
And if you have more questions, the number's on there, just call us.
Thank you.
We will come and talk to you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Wait.
It doesn't say.
Say.
Can I ask one quick question? One more and I shut up.
Sorry, you left the table.
I'm sorry. So when can I call my contractor in the morning and say, hey,
Yeah, you're good.
all right.
They say, get over there and
tomorrow
start
and sign? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
After you get a permit.
Okay. Hey, Fred, you can start doing that.
I reminded him to come to City Hall and fill out whatever.
Yes.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, that's-
So don't they have to get a permit from us first before they go to the county?
I think they go.
She's talking about the Andes.
So that's.
Oh,
what
the
we're
planning
doing.
clearance, the county will probably require your planning clearance from us. So that
We
would
did
be,
that tomorrow for me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. So while I'm running around chasing golf courses, came up with a building and a mural and a mural idea, and I wanted to propose it to you guys.
Well,
So in the last week, Chrissy was, I don't know where you were going or what you were doing, but, she found a mural and looked it up and found who the murals was. I Facebook messaged him last Wednesday. He called me the next day, says he's super interested. We have 2 buildings that have already said yes to us. The muralist, has been, knows Merle Creek. He's from think he's from up north. And he's super excited about it and would like to get started as soon as we get a contract on the building. If you guys are interested.
What building's that?
The Zipley building, so the large side. And so we have a mural in mind and it's just gonna say Myrtle Creek. And in each letter of Myrtle Creek is gonna be,
No, is it like that one you showed me?
yes,
Yes.
yes. So, if you look online, there's one in Empire and each letter of the word represents something from the city. So we were thinking like,
She knows all over.
yeah, yeah,
So like they have a scene in the
in each,
inside of that.
yes, in each letter.
This muralist has done Coquille, North Bend, Empire, ones like that, but he's done a lot of murals all over. We've done a lot of
Yes.
this.
So what size of mural are you guys looking at? The
Well, that's-
whole building or?
That's one thing that the Zipley building people want is a dimension, so we haven't fully come up with any dimensions. I wanna get a hold of him again and ask him, I have to give him the dimensions of the building, then he can give me the dimensions of the mural, and then we can probably go from there.
And which side is it? The side that's facing south?
Parking lot.
Public parking.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can get us a picture for next time? Something along
I mean,
that.
Concept, the concept drawing.
I can look one up right now and I can, show you like what the Empire one,
We just had to get your authorization before we could have him move
Yes.
any further on it.
Now, this is one that the city's paying for.
Yeah.
yes.
Any idea of cost?
So the one in Coquille, there's an article actually in the Coos Bay World newspaper about when they did it, it was an urban renewal project. And the Coquille one, and that was 2 years ago, was 11.5. And of course, ours would probably be a little bit bigger because Coquille is obviously shorter than Myrtle Creek. But that's
How
kind
much
of
did
an
you say?
idea, 11.5.
I've seen a lot of.
About the same year.
The same one,
Yeah.
yeah, he did that same one, yeah.
So do we need a motion to move forward and investigate?
Just.
Yeah, no, we were just letting.
Not until there's something for them to bring forward.
Okay.
Yeah, but just.
We just wanted approval from you guys saying that we could move forward and continue.
Now you're saying 2 buildings.
Well, because I hadn't gotten an answer from the Zipley people yet, so we were like, since the meeting was today, we're like, let's secure another building just in case, so we have something to tell you guys, basically.
Where was the second building?
State Farm, Carter Anderson's right in front of his parking lot right there.
Yeah, boy, I'm gonna have to tear trees out. Would you be good with that?
No.
I kind of figured that. I kind of figured that.
But we.
I'll bring my
Second
chainsaw, I'll bring my chainsaw, Rick.
Because they said they would be interested in working with the city obviously one.
That would be nice of them too.
Well, that's what we were talking about, a
Yeah.
smaller one there that just says welcome and the same type of thing so that they all kind of. So I mean, look at the one on our side right there with has a lot of the same type of things that are about Mark Creek. Yeah,
Have you had any discussion with Jerry Thomas about her building there?
no. We haven't.
We wanted something big and on the, something on the way into town that you could see, and that was.
Jerry Thomas, building the old Good Dog Bakery.
Right,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, she's got.
She's got a big area right
Yeah,
there.
that's a nice one.
She-
That is,
She's usually willing
The
for
first
anything
thing
in the
you see,
community, so.
right.
Just a quick little comment slash question, if I may jump up to the front here, and this is in.
The hot seat.
Murals and everything. Yeah, just a quick thing. So I stood up here a couple weeks ago, and proposed I just can't hold back for any longer. I sat up here 2 weeks ago and proposed mural ideas to the council. And met a bit of opposition, and I understand where all of you are coming from. And in this case, I might understand that the city itself is undergoing a completely separate mural fund idea, because the mural committee has not officially been disbanded, nor has it stopped its efforts to continue on without the city.
so you stated in our last meeting that you were no longer gonna be a part of the city,
Yes.
that's why I walked out of the meeting.
Okay,
So-
yes, but what I'm asking is the city now taking on its own mural projects? Is it just that's gonna be now something that,
This is just something we had literally within days. We had a muralist, we had a building, and we wanna see something getting done.
Yeah,
So
I
that
agree,
we-
I do too.
Right.
Sure.
This just
But-
goes back to the original plan of what the urban renewal had requested is to have a mural, so we made sure that we didn't step on your guys'
Yeah, we didn't
toes.
take any-
Gotcha. So, thank you for clarifying.
Yes,
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I'm not here today on behalf of the mural committee or anything, but I needed to step up and kind of just get clarification.
Yeah, no, we discussed, we don't wanna step on anybody's toes in that sense and take any of the things that you guys have already worked hard to get.
Yeah, I just, thought like, wait a minute, we're still trying, guys, don't take that from us just
But
yet.
you did, like, you don't wanna be involved with the city.
right.
Well, correct, yes, we're not gonna be a city-run organization, but there are gonna be times in which we request funding from you guys, as I stated in the last time's deadline, in order to possibly fund murals that you guys can choose to fund. Not that you have to fund our entire committee, that you would just be able to sponsor certain murals.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of confused about with this.
Just that, yeah, thing.
So I really like your ideas, you know, connected real closely with the Myrtle, you know, with what Myrtle Creek, the culture of Myrtle Creek, I'll put it that way. But I am concerned, you know, that now we're gonna have murals everywhere, so that's a little bit of a concern. I do like the idea, of course, for Myrtle Creek, and I like your idea
Oh,
too, so.
I do want to say I love that idea. Is that kind of like almost like how they do those postcards in a way where you see like the different, yeah, I like that idea a lot, and that's an excellent location too.
I like the idea and then change it to Mural Creek.
Yeah, there you go.
That wasn't the original objective, it just kind of coincidentally suits it, but
It's a great idea.
no, I mean, I just, on this topic, I'll just say this one last thing, that it would be amazing to have many different types of murals, varieties of murals, historical, fun for kids,
Right.
fun for adults, you know, to restore the old ones and to have something artistic for inspiration of youth. That's our.
Multi-generational, lure, or,
Exactly.
Yeah.
for everybody to look.
But in for all generations too.
Yeah,
One of my thoughts too, when we have this pinnacle thing that I brought up, we're gonna lose our mural out
Yeah,
here.
don't put anything
That's-
on this building. It
Yeah.
sounds
I
like
was
it's not
gonna
gonna
say
We're
that.
gonna do those blocks together and just pick it up and study it.
London Bridge.
Yeah.
Douglas High School did that.
They did that at Douglas, but they're.
They kept their gym inside of the new one.
Well, no, they had that
They had that
big
big-
stake out front,
Yeah.
they pulled the
Yeah.
whole thing up.
Yeah.
And moved it, rebuilt
The
the
mural.
school and then brought it back.
It's the first thing I thought of when you guys started talking about like redoing the building or moving it or something was, the Susan Applegate mural. She's not gonna paint it again. I don't think.
But they also kept the gym.
Yeah,
Yes,
two
The
gyms.
whole gym kind of inside the new gym.
No, but she said. it's-
It's a separate building. They kept a lot of.
Now, I don't know if anyone else has anything else. I did wanna bring up, and talk to you guys about the real reason that we are here tonight. Which is. to talk-
Is this gonna be a long conversation?
No.
It wasn't, okay, you can say it real quick,
No.
keep it brief, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That we didn't.
I mean, at most 5 minutes.
Okay.
And that is, of course, if you guys are done.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So the real reason we're here tonight is to ask for clarification on, I know there was discussion last time about a paint palette and potential options. And we're here at the very next meeting to kind of figure that out, because as you guys know, the fiscal year on June 15th is when everything has to be done by. So we need to kind of know what paint schemes, what possibilities, what is our options for, and as well as other business owners too, because if you guys are gonna get more people like me in here asking for clarification. And to read the clarification that is provided, paint colors should complement each other in the overall character of the structure. When possible, research the original paint color and finishes the building's historical period. Now, that's not exactly clear on what is allowed. And that's what we found out last time, and that's, you know, why we're here today, is to see if there's been any discussion on whether or not certain flexibility can be made with.
I think purple and green were out.
Yeah.
Can you give us some,
We talk about earth tones
And no
or
gold or
neutral colors.
Gold, purple, green.
yeah, and
So,
if you could bring like, what do they call those paint samples or?
well, so,
That would help.
so the reason I'm asking is because last time is that you guys were talking about having a palette of your own that
Right, and
building
that's
owners
not
can
real
choose
clear
from.
on the exact colors. So do we
Yeah.
have a palette or any
That's some,
definition?
Because I can't just keep going and getting a paint scheme
Yes.
pulled up and then quoted and then come in
Can you
here
do the
again.
history
over and
on
over.
that building?
The
and what
history of that
timeframe it
building?
came From, and then other surrounding ones, and then go from there,
So
from that timeframe?
the historical paint for this building was the brown and the beige, is what it is now. That building was painted actually in the last 5 years. Prior to that, it was gray, which was the US Bank color scheme and throughout the 90s, from what I can tell. But that's the only paint tones that I know of that are possible.
Zippers.
That were already on the building. But when it comes to, complementary colors for the structure, what is the definition of that? Like the structure is a box, like a square. And it was a bank, it is no longer a bank now. So the structure itself, the business itself is an arcade. So I just
Do you
don't
have other
know.
colors in mind besides lime green, I guess is where we're going? Cause
Well-
like driving down the road, there's lots of black. Your other building is black and gold.
No,
No, actually, that's not ours. There is black and gold on the street.
So
That's
there's
Loyalty
black and gold,
Estates.
there's gold and purple, there's orange, black, white and red.
and there's
So-
a light green on the tab or.
This tavern is a light green. And actually, that's actually just faded since the 70s. It was a brighter green.
So do you have colors in mind, I guess? That
Well-
you want to propose that you would like to paint other than the lime green that you originally proposed?
No, so I'm asking what is gonna be potentially allowed. Like once again, I could say gold and black, because there is a building on Main Street that's gold and black. But I have to get a quote from 2 different painters in order to be able to quote that amount and how much is that's gonna be before I present another packet. So before I go and say, all right, I'm gonna try for gold and black and present that to you guys, I don't wanna waste our time, I don't wanna waste my time, the painters, the contractors' time, I just wanna know, is there some sort of like palette? And obviously, if you came up for a palette, then you're gonna have to come up with one for every single building.
Trevor, some of these types of questions, instead of waiting for a meeting, I would suggest even in the future with these kind of questions to just come in. That way you can keep it moving and we would, just for future questions, because that'll really save you time and effort and keep your project moving.
Okay.
we talk about the body colors, is mainly the body of it is browns, tans, creams, stuff like that.
What about all black? Just black?
I myself wouldn't approve that. And like we discussed last time, you can paint your building whatever you want, but if you're asking for us to give you money,
I understand.
we did not like black with lime green.
How about
Slime coming
gray?
down the side of it.
I do wanna point out
Gray be okay?
But
one thing,
I
really
have
fast.
one question for that is, you're gonna have the mural,
Sonic the Hedgehog?
no, you're having a mural festival.
Yes,
Are you still planning on painting your building that weekend?
as well, for that mural, as long as we can get it.
So that's my thing is, you're asking us basically to pay up to $15,000 so you can paint that building, and then within a month, you're gonna repaint it.
I'm gonna repaint one side of it because it has to be pressure washed and cleaned to prepare it for.
But that's what I'm saying, you're asking us to pay all that so you can turn around and put your mural on. It's where I have the question, and that's what you specifically said in that meeting, I'm doing it with or without you guys.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so I.
For myself and for other business owners in town that are asking me specifically how that all went, I'm asking for clarification. And I would like to point one thing out to you real quick. You said you drove down Main Street here today or in the last few days and you noticed something going on at a bar barber shop in town. And that they were painting that the red, white and blue to fit their overall business and structure. Well, the only reason that you knew that it was in business in the last 2 to 3 years was because they were adding their paint scheme to it.
No, I said on the window. I just saw the red, white and blue on the window.
Okay.
They can do what they want to their windows.
No, it has nothing to do with where the
And-
paint went.
and
It
again,
went,
we
I'm telling you that
We didn't pay for it.
I understand. I'm just saying, I'm pointing out that the only reason that you noticed it was in business in the last 2 to 3 years was that it had paint that made it stand out. And my reason for being here today and in the first place, even after knowing what this says, is to make an appeal for myself and potentially other business owners in Myrtle Creek for these funds to potentially be used for people's businesses to stand out, not to blend in. White is a combination of every color. Black is a combination of 0 color. So if you're talking about going as neutral as possible, black would be the most neutral color. So when we're talking about matching a paint scheme or the,
I just wanna say though, not trying to bash on you, but we've had 3 business owners in the last 2 weeks come to us and thank us for not allowing that building to be painted black. Local people that are within a block of you, 3 of them.
Can you, I mean, there's a lot that you can do graphically, I would think on a
Well-
computer by now, where you could bring in your picture of your building and then different coloring schemes that you could present to us to give us some idea.
and we will, like I said, I wanted to go back to the drawing board, but I needed a starting point. I needed to know if there's a palette. That's just what was discussed last time, and so I figured, well, I'm gonna wait until I find out what that is. But if it's just try every time.
Our neutral colors is what we were looking for.
Well, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
But like I say, I
Could the grant money be used to put a basic neutral tone color on his building? And then after that, what he does with it, with his own money, is that okay? Or once we
myself,
put money into it?
I'm not
we
comfortable
say,
spending
no.
$13,000 for him to paint his building and then within a month him turn around and repaint it.
And
That defeats the purpose.
So my end goal for this building, for what it to look like, obviously originally black with green that glowed in the dark so that people would know, you know, there's an arcade and all this, and to make it artistic, but we plan on not just having that one mural. That mural was gonna be the only one that we were seeking funding for originally, that one along the side of the building. But we actually plan to make interactive murals, not publicly or city funded. I personally will fund smaller photo op murals around the exterior and perimeter of the building. Scenes from video games where people can take pictures in front of them. That's all I'm doing that. So going with a tone of, you know, just something neutral, that we could paint at least those bottom portions around would be something we'd be, you know, that we would be interested in doing. So your suggestion, for us to seek a neutral color so that we could fulfill this goal, fulfill this plan, would, I suppose, be an option for us to consider.
Like your background color, just a gray, and then put your murals on it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll dabble around with some colors, whether it be gray or something else neutral, but
I wonder
if it's,
if you could get away from the whole idea of the video game idea and then work it more with the mural idea.
Well, the video game idea, I think, is to promote his business, which is an arcade, which
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just thinking if there's some compromise somehow, you know, that would be easier for us to.
Ultimately, I think the main thing is just, I would like to see it be more descriptive in the colors that are
Yeah, 'cause
available,
it's-
so nobody comes in.
I think the
with their
spirit of
idea
the idea of, yes, I think we need to define maybe what that is, maybe a little bit
Just
clearer.
even if you just put
But-
on there, we want neutral colors.
But we've clarified that, I think, in this meeting. I think the council's like. The spirit of what we were thinking when we created this was neutral, not like what you had presented. It sounds like what And so that's what we are approving. If you want to go do that other thing, and any of businesses can do that, if you want to spend your money to do, whatever you guys want to do, that's on you, that we can't stop you from doing that, so you're fine. I think the spirit of the contract.
Well, I also don't wanna do something that everyone's gonna hate either, right?
Yeah, and I think that's on you to go around, I mean, that's not a question you would ask us, and I think that would be more of a question you need to ask the people around that you work, around. You do business with and next to, and I think that's on you to do that.
Yeah,
questions.
for sure.
But,
That's
yeah.
definitely a better approach than me coming in with the next paint scheme idea,
Yeah.
paint with sprinkles or something, I don't know, like whatever else next,
But
but
I think it sounds like from these, and I think you've opened this, which was good, I think you've opened our minds to kind of define what this needs, define what it is that our intent was, I think, for this thing. It was just more neutral, to help some of these businesses kind of clean up some of the dirty exterior and some of that's kind of what it was for.
yeah, if you go with,
Not to, I think, to do anything more than that, I think is what it is, so,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I do wanna take one more moment before you drop that, to thank the council members that were present for approval of our, emergency relief fund when it came to the flood. And that is a huge reason why the arcade is what it is today. Without that, it would have been not last year that we brought the arcade to Myrtle Creek. So I just want to thank you all for that.
Okay, I guess I don't understand where the tie-in is, but.
We
That's
awarded some
He
funds
was just
to
making a general statement that he was thankful for.
the money that we awarded for the
Yeah.
emergency flood.
Thank you.
Thanks, all right, we're adjourned.